Okay, those header screws turned out to be a 5/16 hex Allen wrench type screw, which kind of concerns me because, okay, it wasn't much of a problem. I was a little bit concerned because 5/16 doesn't seem to be a real heavy duty size in terms of the wrench or the socket that you need to put on it, because I only have it in a 1/4" socket. So what I've got is my 3/8 ratchet and an adapter to put the 1/4" socket on it, and then I have a 5/16 hex adapter for that. So those came off pretty easy. Now the 2 bolts in here next to the thing, those are a regular wrench, because obviously you would not be able to get an Allen wrench in there. And we're going to guess at 3/8 those, and I'm probably going to be wrong, but 7/16. So the header bolts have all been broken loose. After this, we're going to go to the flange bolts where they attach to the exhaust pipe. Okay, the flange bolts are 9/16 both sides, and so far it's coming off pretty easy. Okay, it's starting to tighten up, so I'm going to go back to tight and get some of the crud out of those threads. Flip them both back to loosen. Okay, that one's totally off. Okay, that's the process. The second one's broken loose, and that's the process I'm going to follow with the second and third one. Break them loose, loosen them until they start to tighten up, tighten them to clear the threads out, loosen until it starts to tighten up, tighten, and back and forth until it's totally off. Okay, that one's still trying to be a little bit stubborn and not wanting to loosen very far before it tightens up. So I've got a wire wheel on a drill. What I'm going to do is attempt to clean up the threads so that there's less junk to get caught in them whenever I'm loosening. I don't know how much help that did, but now I'm going to hit it with a little more blaster, and hopefully that will help it come off easily. Okay, I've got the fire extinguisher at. You know what that means. wasn't very successful with the blaster. What I'm going to do now is apply some heat to it. And I'm going to do this in stages. A lot of people try using propane. We're going to see if that's successful. My preference is to go with the oxyacetylene torch so you can get it red hot. But not everybody has one of those, so I'm going to try it with this propane and see what happens. The deal with the oxyacetylene torch is you heat it till it's red hot and it comes right off. It's not a problem at all. I don't think propane is actually hot enough to get it to red hot. So the hope here is that it will at least get it hot enough to weaken the rest so that we can take it off. Really didn't help. Next thing I'm going to try CRC freeze off. This is supposed to work under the same principle as the heat, except that it does it with cold. You have to spray it for 10 to 20 seconds, and supposedly what happens is the cold breaks up the rust enough so that the penetrating oil that's in it gets down in between there and loosens it. So now we've done propane heat, we've done the freeze off. See what happens. As you can see, that is too stubborn for that as well. Okay, this will get it off. Now, I'm not going to want to touch that for quite a while because it stays hot for a long time, but as you can see, the acetylene torch is the best way to go when trying to get these rusted bolts off. Okay, on the last one, what I did is I heated it and then I used the air ratchet, and you can see the nut laying there right next to the air ratchet. And once that thing's hot, that thing spins it off just as if it was a regular nut. You wouldn't know the difference from a brand new nut to that. I'm on the driver's side now. All the flange bolts were really easy on this side. I didn't have to use any heat or anything. I did have to pull the dipstick out, and it's just a press fit. Actually, not even press. Just a push-in fit into a hole in the block here. That was going to be in my way as I try to take the header off. So I've got most of the bolts out. None of them were hard. Ironically, on this side, they didn't have the hex head bolts. They were all regular 7/16 inch bolts. Looks like this gasket is pretty much falling apart, at least on the back end. So they must have had some trouble with sealing this header for a while. As you can see, these are dented pretty bad. If it weren't for those dents, I'd probably be considering putting them back on, but I don't think there's a way that I can pound those dents out to my satisfaction. So I'm just going to slip the dipstick back into the hole so that nothing goes in there. As I said, it just slips in. Might, when I put it back in, put a little bit of sealant around that so it doesn't drip. But other than that, that left side header is off. I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side, and we'll be ready to move on to the next thing. Both of these 7/16 inch bolts here, as you unscrew them, they hit the header. So I've had to remove all of the other bolts and now pull this out a bit so that I can unscrew these more. And I'll have to do that until I can get them all the way off. The one in the back is particularly low clearance. I can only spin it maybe 1 or 2 times and then it's hitting, so it'll be a fairly long process to get that out. A couple of interesting things on this side. It has what looks to be a copper gasket here. They must have had serious problems with leakage, so apparently this is a special gasket. There wasn't one on the other side. The other thing that's interesting is the clearance on this side was so close that whoever installed it filed down the side of the bolt just to get the bolt into the hole. You would never be able to get that in without that edge ground off of it, because the pipe is actually in the way. But that's off, so now we're on to other accessories.